Good morning and welcome to today's hiring ceremony. I am Sergeant Chris Burley of the Portland Police Bureau, and today I have the honor of being Master of Ceremonies as we recognize one new member of our professional staff and swear in 6 police officers. To open today's ceremony, I'd like to introduce Burke Nelson, Senior Advisor for Mayor Ted Wheeler.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing today? Great. You know, it's always a pleasure when I get to partake in these new hire ceremonies because personally, our office fought hard to get more officers hired, and to see the fruit of our labor is really rewarding. This is a difficult job that your family members are going to partake in, your loved ones are going to partake in, but I can honestly say I've worked closely with the Police Bureau for the last, I'd say, year and a half, and I've done some traveling and trying to figure out ways to improve Portland Police Bureau. But each trip I take, I come away with the fact that remains, which is our officers are the best officers in the United States. So your family members, your loved ones are in good hands with these members standing and sitting behind you right now. And every time I come to these, I hear the statistics, the educational background, the degrees, the experience that these members have, and it just fills me with a great sense of hope. And I'm very hopeful for the future, and I can't wait to hear the talent that Officer Burley is going to share with everyone. And I've read some of the backgrounds and resumes, and I can't tell you how excited I am to have all these people come on board. So let's get this party started. Thank you.
Thank you, Burke. When I call your name, please come forward and accept your new badge from Deputy Chief Day. Please remain standing with the Chief until I'm done saying nice things about you. The following individual was hired as a background investigator, Jim Webb. Jim was hired on April 17th, 2018 and assigned to the Personnel Division. Jim was born and raised in Tucson, Arizona. At 19, he joined the Tucson Police Department as a community service officer and was sworn in as a police officer at 21. He attended the University of Arizona while working as a patrol officer, eventually graduating with a business degree. Throughout his 30-year law enforcement career, Jim worked various assignments, including patrol, bicycle patrol, and investigator. He never lost interest in patrol, and even after his promotions to sergeant, lieutenant, and captain, he favored assignments where he was still interacting with people in the community and responding to calls for service. Jim retired in 2015 and was anxious to relocate to a different area in the country. He chose the Portland area after spending several summer vacations visiting his brother in Vancouver. After a couple years of retirement, Jim missed being affiliated with a police agency and applied to the Portland Police Bureau. Jim enjoys exploring the outdoors, skiing Mount Hood, weekend trips to the coast, traveling abroad, and spending time with his 16-year-old son. Welcome, Jim. Thank you. The following individuals are being sworn in as police officers today. When I call your name, go ahead and stand and go over to DC Day and Burke Nelson. Austin Axelrod. Austin was born and raised in California. He graduated from Humboldt State University in Northern California with honors and earned a business management degree with an emphasis on sustainability. Following his graduation, Austin traveled throughout Europe before rejoining the workforce. Austin has a long history of providing excellent customer service and conflict resolution. Most recently, he has been working for Christie Digital, providing customer support and product management coordination. Austin moved to Portland in 2017 in the hopes of serving the city of Portland as a police officer. Austin has been married to his wife, Sonia, for 3 years, and they have 2 cats together, Riley and Theodore. During his free time, Austin can be found exploring the city or trying to find a new running route. He also has a passion for traveling, camping, and cooking. Austin is joined today by his wife. He would also like to thank his friends and family for their support and encouragement. Welcome, Austin. Kenneth Bent. Kenneth was born in Laguna Hills, California, and moved to Bend, Oregon with his family when he was 11. He quickly fell in love with everything Central Oregon had to offer. After graduating high school, Kenny attended Central Oregon Community College and Lane Community College before finishing his degree at the University of Oregon. He graduated with his bachelor's degree in science, majoring in general social science with a focus on crime, law, and society. Shortly after graduating, Kenny began working at the Marion County Juvenile Detention Facility, where he spent his time with the youth being housed there. Kenny will be celebrating his first wedding anniversary in July with his wife, Alicia. During his free time, he loves finding a new golf course to play on and spending time outdoors. Kenny is joined today by his wife and family and friends. Welcome, Kenny. John Edwards. John returns to the Portland Police Bureau after 18 months serving the city of Gresham as an officer. John began his service to Portland as a reserve officer in 1996 and began his full-time Police Bureau career in 2004. In his first 13 years with the Bureau, John served as a patrol officer and a member of East Precinct's Neighborhood Response Team and its Investigation and Street Crimes units. He earned over a dozen Bureau commendations, including 2 commendation medals and multiple letters of thanks from the community. Among his achievements was an investigation into a predatory tow company that was unlawfully towing vehicles and then extorting people to get their cars back. John's investigation led to multiple felony convictions against the tow company operators. For his work on this case, John was awarded the Police Bureau's Achievement Medal and was named Officer of the Year by the Western States Auto Theft Investigators Oregon Trail Chapter. When not protecting and serving the community of Portland, John enjoys golf, scouring our local rivers for salmon and steelhead, and spending time with his family. John is joined today to celebrate his reinstatement by his wife, Jennifer, and their children, Tyler, Emily, and Hannah. Welcome back, John. Stephen Petty. Stephen was born in Dallas, Texas, and moved to the Pacific Northwest in 2002 to attend the University of Puget Sound in Tacoma, where he majored in political economy. Following college, he attended law school at Willamette University in Salem and graduated in 2009. During his education, he was fortunate enough to study abroad in England, Italy, Morocco, and China. Stephen was hired as a deputy district attorney in Coos County. While there, he had the opportunity to try more than 100 cases, prosecuting offenses ranging from speeding tickets to kidnapping and murder. He also was assigned to the Coos County Mental Health Court docket and drafted a new policy identifying the criteria for evaluating defendants for entry into that program. Stephen's favorite part of the job was working alongside local law enforcement on active investigations. In 2015, Stephen moved to Vancouver and married Ava, and spent the next couple of years practicing civil law at Ambrose Law Group in Portland. During his free time, Stephen enjoys honing his photography skills or hiking through the beautiful Pacific Northwest. Welcome, Stephen. Christopher Satoff. After graduating high school, Chris joined the U.S. Navy, working as a power plant technician on the FA-18 Hornet. His time in the Navy was certainly fulfilling, and he served in Operation Enduring Freedom, Operation Iraqi Freedom, and offered tsunami relief in Japan during Operation Tomodachi. Re-enlisting for a second tour, Chris took on supervisory roles in the production of the F414 turbofan engine, as well as serving 2.5 years working with Naval Security Forces. In 2015, Chris transitioned from the Navy to pursue a bachelor's degree in global security and intelligence studies from Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. His studies at Embry-Riddle solidified his decision to pursue a law enforcement career. Supporting himself as a carpenter and construction worker during school, as graduation approached, Chris set his sights on the Portland Police Bureau due to the organization's strong emphasis on community policing. Welcome, Chris. Spencer Schaff. Spencer was born and raised in Hillsboro to a family with deep rural Oregon roots. After graduating high school, Spencer moved to Portland and continued his education at Portland State University, where he graduated summa cum laude from the Urban Honors College with a Bachelor of Science in Criminal Justice and Civic Leadership. Through immersion in the unique urban community of Portland, Spencer discovered his passion for community development and social justice. He focused his elective education in areas including social justice for female and minority communities, which led to his studies in civic leadership. Through this field, Spencer has collaborated with leaders from groups such as Basic Rights Oregon and Northwest Health Foundation to better understand the value of social capital in community engagement. In his free time, Spencer enjoys hiking and exploring Oregon's beautiful landscapes, as well as finding new Thai food locations downtown. Spencer is joined today by his partner, Michaela Whitley, as well as their collective families. He would like to thank each of them for their continued support. Welcome, Spencer. Deborah will come up and then you'll be up. Deborah Scroggin, City Elections Officer, will now administer the oath of office.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me.
So gentlemen, if you go ahead and stand.
I state your name.
I,
Do solemnly affirm
do solemnly affirm
I will support the constitutions
I will support the constitutions
of the United States and of the state of Oregon,
of the United States and the state of Oregon,
the charter of the city of Portland and its laws.
the charter of the city of Portland and its laws.
I will faithfully, honestly, and ethically
I will faithfully, honestly, and ethically
perform my duties
perform my duties
as police officer,
as police officer,
Bureau of Police,
Bureau of Police,
during my continuance therein.
during my continuance therein.
Thank you, gentlemen. You may be seated. Chief Daniel Outlaw is traveling and couldn't be here today. Please welcome Deputy Chief Bob Day. Chief.
Well, good morning, everyone. And on behalf of the chief, she sends her regards. She had committed long ago to a training that she needed to be at, but we didn't want to hold up this process and this opportunity. We met earlier at the chief's office staff with these new officers, and I mentioned to them, you know, I sat 28 years ago plus in this same room, and somebody got up and said some words, and I have no idea what they said. I don't even remember who it was. So I know that the relevance of what I'm going to share with them today, I'm not going to test them on, but there is an opportunity. And I really want to echo and thank and appreciate Burke Nelson's comments from the mayor's office. He's been a support and advocate for us, and his recognition of the professionalism and the expertise of this department, I just want to echo that. I'm unapologetically proud to be a police officer, and a Portland police officer at that, and I believe that you know, these young men and Mr. Webb, sir, have joined an excellent organization. And as we heard the resumes, I also echo the comments from Burke that just continues to be impressive year after year as we bring people on board, whether the breadth of experience from our professional staff or for the new officers. So thank you for that. A couple of things that I just want to share and echo both to the new officers as well as to the family members. And I mentioned this earlier, but I want to say publicly how much we value you and how much we're passionate about your success. I mentioned to them that, you know, we've made an investment in them. There's a financial investment in terms of time and effort and energy on the behalf of the Police Bureau. They have made a tremendous investment and sacrifice in us by choosing to apply and go through the process, which can sometimes be cumbersome and lengthy. And you as families have invested by allowing them to take on a career that's going to require quite a bit of sacrifice on everybody's part. So we as an organization, I just want to echo, are 100% committed to your success. This is not in any way a gotcha type setup. It's really, as you will find as you get to the training division, organized and structured for you to do well. I think that this is a really challenging time for law enforcement, but I also believe it's a really exciting time. We have unique opportunity in front of us, you know, nationally, regionally, and even locally. Challenges that we're facing around, you know, mitigating some of the concerns of the community. The ask of police continues to grow, and we continue to respond. And so we're looking for people who are creative, people who understand their lane and understand, as I mentioned to them earlier, that we hired them for a reason. We want them to stay true to who they are. We saw something in them that we desired, and we selected them carefully and intentionally from a very large pool of applicants. So they should be proud of their assignment and an expectation that great opportunity lies ahead of them. For our family and friends, there will be challenges as well for you. The Bureau, first and foremost, is committed to you as much as we are to them. We have a lot of resources. We refer to this as a family, and I can tell you from personal experience, it certainly is. Or you could also consider it a community if that's more relevant. But, you know, as with all families, you know, you take the good with the bad, and we all have challenges that we face and difficulties, and there's going to be some of those in their journey, and they're going to need your support as well as ours to help understand that and work through that. And my commitment to you and on behalf of the chief is that we as an organization are behind you as well. And there's lots and lots of great examples and great stories of officers that have come through the ranks over the years and had success and continue to really enjoy their role in service to the community. So I want you to be hopeful as well that they're embarking upon a really unique profession, but it is a profession, and we have high expectations that they will do well, and we appreciate your support. I want to talk just a minute, kind of my closing comments. I like to reflect a little bit on my son, Sam, who we actually lost in August of 16 to cancer. But Sam fought for 6 years. He was 15 years old when he passed away. But in a conversation him and I had in the front yard one day has always stuck with me, and I think it's relevant to my comments today. And I was talking to him about, you know, just what he was dealing with, surgeries and all the things, the challenges that go with the horrible disease. And he says, you know, Dad, people say I'm courageous. But he said, I don't really feel courageous. It's not courage when you have to do it. You know, and in his mind, he's like, I don't have any choice, because the way that Sam lived his life and the impact that he had on the people around him, he knew how to live well. He knew how to live in the moment and facing incredible adversity. And, you know, I said to him, Sam, I said, courage it's being described because not that you're facing it, but it's really the overall, how you're living your life. It's who you are as a person. It's how you're responding. That's what people see. And, you know, for my encouragement to you gentlemen, particularly just starting out, you know, it's not going to be about the number of arrests that you make. It's not going to be about the rank that you achieve. You know, your legacy is going to be how you display courage throughout this career. That's what's going to matter. And that's what people are going to remember, regardless of, you know, how we stack up in the pecking order of the police bureau or life. So my encouragement to you is that as you make decisions, that you make those based on your character, not on your reputation, that you lead with your character first, and you demonstrate that courage that's needed. There's a great quote from Churchill that I'll end with that I really appreciate. And Churchill said, success is not final. So this isn't final. You should be happy with your success. You should be proud of your success. It's well-deserved and well-earned. Today is a day of celebration, but success is not final. We will expect more of you as we go. He also said that failure is not fatal. And, you know, there's going to be failures. I can tell you that and promise you that there will be failures. And that is not fatal. And he ends with, it's the courage to go on that counts. And that's what we're going to be looking for from each of you as you serve alongside of us, that you demonstrate that courage to go on. So thank you very much for your time. We're excited to get you to work, and I will close with that. Thank you.